Now, it's the FA Cup this weekend, and I've got my esteemed panel with me to discuss the big games that are going to be taking place. I want you to give it up for Julie, a Man City fan. Come on. Jealousy. Jealousy. Let's give it up for Natalie, a Man United fan. Who are you? Ryan, representing Watford. And Alistair, representing Crystal Palace. All right, listen, we're going to start with you, Julie. Manchester City playing Swansea this week, away to Swansea. How many are you going to score?
Good question, because it actually just depends whether Swansea come to play football or not, or whether they're just going to stand in a wall and go for a counter-attack, which means they could actually win if they do that.
I mean, have they got any chance? I mean, Swansea, I mean, you scored 7 against Schalke. You know, you've been scoring 9 goals this season. I mean, it's the biggest mismatch of the FA Cup, isn't it? It
is. And you've got to give a little bit of respect for Swansea, you know, but I'm sorry, I think we might just get this one.
Natalie?
Yes.
Can they win the quadruple this season?
They're not going to win the quadruple. They'll win the league, fair enough, I'll give them that. You know what? Our magic in Paris, who knows? We could go on and win the Champions League. That's what we're back in, that's what we're going for. Well, and we're still in the Cup, so, you know, Wolves be a tough game, but I'm confident that we're going to go there and get through to the next round, so...
I was about to say, that is a very tough game. Wolves are a top team, and especially at Molineux, that's going to be tough for Man United.
It's going to be tough. They're a good team, you know. What they've just done to Chelsea, so we can definitely do it, though. We've been to tougher places than there, so I'm confident. I came on here last time and said we were going to win, so I think we're going to win again.
Ryan, what a chance for Watford. You know, it's really opened up this FA Cup. You know, I mean, a lot of the big boys have been knocked out. Watford playing Crystal Palace. This is a huge opportunity. You're at home. You rested players last week against Manchester City. That's how serious you're taking this. They did. They rested players, right? Can you beat Crystal Palace and progress?
No. Yeah. I'm just glad, to be honest, that there's VAR, so the Tom Daley of football can't cheat us again.
Is he talking about Zaha? Is he talking about Zaha? Are you talking about Zaha?
Yeah.
Alistair, Palace fan,
Zaha got booked for diving once against Watford, and the Watford player admitted in the dressing room after the game that it was a penalty. It's just the media campaign against Zaha is similar to the media campaign against Sterling for me, and they're worried about him. They're probably going to get... I mean, Wilf's probably got a restraining order against Harry the Hornet. What he needs to do is take it as a compliment, because Palace haven't got Pete the Eagle harassing Troy Deeney, probably because Pete the Eagle's got more pace than Troy Deeney. The thing is, Robbie, where this comes from is they're traumatised because this is a cheap game for Watford, because they can reuse the tissues they used to wipe their tears at Wembley 2 years ago when we beat them.
It's going in hard.
And the playoff final a few years before that.
I think, listen, there's a lot at stake in this game. And, you know, he's bantering there about Troy Deeney, but he's going to be a big player for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, the difference with the mascots is Harry the Hornet's only got 1 player to pick. The whole Watford team's better than Zaha. They've only got 1 player. They've only got 1 player.
Robbie. Wan-Bissaka?
Good player?
He's only just come out. Right, he's decent, but it's really about Zaha, really.
I mean,
you've only got to check the stats when Zaha's not there. And
this
they
is
crumble.
a really, really even game, because you guys, you had that defeat last week against Brighton.
Yeah.
You guys lost last week, but both of you are focused on this FA Cup. Both of you, I look at both teams and I say, there's not a lot in it. I mean, I know you guys are higher in the league, but there's not a lot in it, ability-wise. It's going to be a really tight game. I mean, you think Watford will win?
Yeah. Just imagine that, and then we get Millwall or Brighton in the semis. Could end up going to the final.
So it's like you said, a great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we'll beat them this time.
All right, give me your score prediction.
3-1 Watford.
3-1 Watford. Alistair, Palace fan?
You know, I think it's the hardest one to call out of all the ties. There's no obvious favourite, and I've bantered about Watford. They are one of the teams of the season. I think their manager, Javier Garcia, has done a great job, and I think if Silva goes at Everton, Watford might be Everton's feeder club for managers again. He could end up at Everton this summer.
I had to rub it in, didn't you?
But no, I think 2-1 Palace. Zaha to win the penalty in the last minute. Harry the Hornet sent off in the 27th.
Manchester City away at Swansea.
I think Swansea will score, because I think they'll get us on the counter. So, but it'll be about 6-1.
Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester United.
2-1 United.
2-1.
Yeah.
And finally, all of you. Finally, a question for all of you: Who's going to win the FA Cup?
Palace.
United.
Palace. Watford.
City.
All right, all right. So listen, all of these guys are really, really confident that their team's going to win the FA Cup. But who do you guys think is going to win the FA Cup this year? Let us know, and don't forget to use the hashtag #TheRealFFS.